Hello to anybody who may be listening out there. This channel will come back with more manga content here in the future. The initial video was kind of a placeholder. I was getting rid of the Ghost in the Shell text, and so I wanted to do that review quickly and to kind of leave a place for it. I'm reading through right now around 110 series or so and kind of pseudo-ranking them alongside reading some texts on the history of manga and on analysis and philosophy behind manga. So I kind of hope to talk about these works kind of in relation to a lot of other texts and in relation to their history, their social context, and their kind of cultural context within the culture that is manga and the people who read them. So that's all forthcoming, but I wanted to come here today to talk with you all a little bit about a project that I've been working on for a little while and kind of, gather some folks if they're interested, kind of put the idea out there for folks. Right now I'm working on a translation of the novel Teito Monogatari, which is a really famous novel in Japan. It's famous kind of in anime and manga circles, for the reason that it influenced a lot of other works. In some sense, I've heard the text talked about similar to the kind of Cthulhu mythos in the Anglosphere of influence, where kind of a lot of more weird or occulty kind of subfiction or subgenres of fiction rather have been influenced by the Cthulhu mythos. A lot of works have been influenced, whether or not consumers are aware, by Teito Monogatari and the characters therein, the ideas. The other thing that I think is really significant about this work is that it really touches on a lot of ideas that are kind of coming to fruition in the West, in America specifically, but had already been bubbling to the surface in the 80s in Japan, because this book is from the 80s. So I think it's really important to read for that reason as well. I am also in the process of translating. I'm adding a lot of kind of explanatory notes, just because a lot of the reading of this work, even if you could read the Japanese, that's one thing, but to be able to kind of understand the religious and the historical and the cultural information that's being compacted into a lot of these sentences, a lot of these ideas, that's something else altogether. And it's something that's usually required in some respect in approaching a work that's foreign to the reader, a world that's foreign to the reader. But in Teito Monogatari, it's probably 2 to 3 times, if not more, important to be able to understand all of these things and to gather this information. So right now I'm working on it. In the Japanese text, I'm about 98 pages in, which is a little under halfway through. Maybe maybe a little under halfway through with the text. Once I'm done with that, I am unsure about how I'll go about sharing what I've discovered with others. Maybe primarily a good way to do that, an easy, free way to do that allows for conversation and engages others, is probably this channel. So hopefully this reaches somebody. I know this channel is obscure and there's not much information going on this channel. There's not much content up and ready to be engaged with, but I wanted to put this out here before I got way deep in the post-production process of the work, to kind of give this hint out here and also let folks know what may or may not be coming in the future. It's my goal to have these in the future, but goals change. So hopefully this is something that interests folks out there. Let me know if you see this video and if this is of any interest to you.